Hello everyone and welcome to this stream about Pathfinder Gallowspire Survivors. So the game just came out in early access on Steam just today, so it's pretty exciting. The game is developed by BKOM Studios in partnership with Paizo. So for a limited time only, the game will be 20% off and the game will be at the price of $6.99 USD. That's not it. You can also have another discount with the Bullet Hell Survivor bundle, including Pathfinder Gallowspire Survivors, Soulstone Survivors, and 20 minutes till dawn. So with that bundle, you can have an additional 10% discount. So that's pretty good deal if you ask me. So today, Marco will play the game, Oli will comment the game, and I will also comment the game. So I will let you both present yourself.
Hi everybody, I'm Marco. I'm producer at BKOM and on the Survivors, Pathfinder Gallowspire Survivors. I'm super glad to be with you today and show you a bit of game.
Hello everyone, I am Oliver, Archwizard and game designer on Gallowspire Pathfinder Survivor. Sorry, Pathfinder Gallowspire Survivor. There we go. Very happy to be here today.
Good, so I guess we can
Let's
start with
play.
some gameplay. Let me switch. So today I have a very early save game that I'm going to be playing with you guys. I have fighter level 1, rogue level 1. My wizard is level 3, so you can see by yourself that I'm a main wizard. So I'm gonna
As you
do.
should be.
So I'm gonna do a first playthrough with you guys with my wizard, and I'm gonna use the companion, the fighter as a companion. Since it's early game, it's gonna be the adventure level of difficulty. We have 5 difficulties eventually that you can be unlocking as you go on. Let me show you my talents and my stats. So as you can see, I have more points on my wizard than my fighter since I didn't play my fighter much yet. Um,
You have 1 point available on your fighter.
yeah, you're right. Let's put it somewhere. Let's go with strength. Let's go. Uh,
Because everyone, you can choose between male and female for your characters. So at the beginning, if you want to switch, you can always also switch in the game.
exactly.
So that's cool.
So all classes can be played as a companion too. So you choose your best combo. Let's go with shield block for my fighter.
Great idea for the first hour.
Okay.
And then let's go back to my wizard and see if I have talents point left. I do. As you can see on my wizard right now, since it's very early game, I basically place at least 1 point everywhere to test a bit of everything. And then eventually I'm gonna be selecting a specific path for my favorite build. Right now I have 1 point left, but all second rank are costing 4 points, so I cannot upgrade anymore. I also already upgraded my potions, especially the health one and the energy breath one. You're gonna be able to see what it does when I get in game. Let's see my quest now. I have 3 quests. One is ongoing, so we're gonna try to clear some of them before the end of the stream. Whoops, sorry, I
Hey.
backed once.
So Marco, what's your favorite combo in the game?
My favorite combo is Wizard as main with the fighter, but I also like Wizard Rogue.
Nice.
I like the range characters. It's easier for me. That's why I don't play the fighter as a main as much. So let's go.
You can have some range attack with the fighter as well, but I understand it's more up
Yeah,
close
yeah,
and personal.
exactly. I mean, you feel when you're playing a fighter with the full plate and the shields, you feel like you want to be in melee.
I agree with you. I agree with you. And wizard has a lot of range, but at the same time, you're a level 3 wizard and you have less health than a level 1 fighter. So.
Exactly. That's
So
why.
I know the community was asking a lot about the classes and if we're gonna have some more classes into the game. I don't know, Ali, if you can answer that question, if that's possible for us to add classes in the game, maybe?
It is absolutely possible to add classes. It is something we would very much like to do. And it's also something we are very open to get some, ideas, feedback from the community. We have semi-plans on what we would like to add, but we are still very open. If we get very strong feedback from the community, that could, push us toward a certain direction.
And that's the good part about launching in early access. It allows us to get valuable feedback from the community. So that's great.
Absolutely. It's a community game, so we need the community to communicate.
Exactly.
Falling Star Chain Lightning.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to go fire next, so I'm not sure if I'm going to take Immolation, so I'm going to take Fast Recovery.
Oh no, you didn't take the rare one.
No, because it's Immolation Aura is basically just boosting my fire spell. For now, I only have one, and I'm not sure if I want to keep going with fire. So I took the safe pick, which is Fast Recovery, which gives me health regen, which is very, very important.
It is, especially with a squishy wizard.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe you'll get to get Flame Vortex next.
Yeah, we'll see.
10. So how do you open the chest, Marco? You just stand there and the chest open itself?
Yeah, basically you have a zone that you have to stand in for X amount of time. So once you just fill the zone, it opens the chest right away.
Okay, cool.
Looks
Let's
like
go for Force Barrage for now.
Well, you are getting an extra missile. So
Yep.
Win.
So what's that attack?
So
you're doing
that's
right now?
that's the energy breath potion that I talked about when I upgraded. So that's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Don't forget your rerolls.
Yeah, you're right, but I'm not sure yet what I want to take as my last weapon. Let's see what. Oh, lucky reroll.
Epic. Nice.
So I guess yeah, sure. Why not
Trinity.
Ice Storm?
Yeah, fire, electricity, cold. Holy
Yes.
Oli, can you tell me how many attacks we have in the game?
Trinity. How many attacks do we have in the game? We have 22 attacks right now.
Okay, cool.
But each of them can be pretty deeply customized depending on your talents and also depending on which passive you end up picking with them.
Okay.
As Marco has shown, for fire spells specifically, you can get a passive called Immolation, which adds damage over time to your fire spells.
Oh, nice.
And there's a lot of things like that.
Cool. Oh, Marco, I see that you're trying to have all the green dots on the ground. What are those green dots that you're...
So those orbs are basically what we call essence. So it's basically XP that will allow you to level up your character in game, and it's gonna be helpful for getting stronger and upgrading your attacks and passives.
Nice.
Just to be clear, it is only adventure experience. It is not class experience. That is
Exactly, yeah. That's what I meant by in-game.
Okay.
My bad. Let's go with Chain Lightning again. I
Yeah,
like.
yeah,
Sorry.
go ahead.
Yeah, I very like Chain Lightning because it's very. It's a sure hit. Well, as you can see, Ice Storm and Falling Star are random. So you want at least one, in my opinion, you want at least one attack that is a sure hit, especially when you get two bosses.
Yeah.
I agree. Although Ice Storm, you can lead enemies into it a lot
Yeah.
easier than Falling Star. Falling Star hits really hard, covers a large area, but it is completely random.
Exactly.
Ooh, freestyle upgrade. Ooh, Fleet.
Yeah,
We had a
yeah,
lot
you're
of
right.
questions.
Let's go with
We have a
Fleet
lot
this
of
time.
questions about how we can keep our progression in the game. So when we die, do we keep our progression in the game? What do we keep?
Is that a question from you, him?
You can go, Ali.
Okay. So when you die, it is a roguelike game. So when you die, your adventure progression goes away. Instead, At the end of your adventure, you receive class experience and you receive all the gold that you've earned, plus bonus gold depending on how well you did, how far you went, etc. And then you can spend things unlocked by that class progression. So you get attribute points, which increases your attributes, like Marco showed earlier, and you get talent points that unlocks talents that gives you, additional power and upgrades your abilities, etc., etc. In addition to that, the gold can be spent mainly on upgrading all your potions. So each potions have 3 different upgrade paths, and you can upgrade everything, right? So your health potion at the beginning only just instantly heals you for 20% of your max health, but you can also get regen, so health over time, and you can also get max HP increase for a duration, all from the same health potion. And all 5 potions have that. In addition, you can reroll your quest. So let's say there's a quest you really don't like, or you're fishing to get a quest that gives you an attribute points or a talent point. You can spend gold to reroll those quests.
Oh, that's nice to have that here. So Marco, you just teleported to another biome.
No, it's the same. It's the same biome, but it's the second
sorry.
floor. Yeah, no problem.
Okay, another floor. Sorry. Yes. So how many floors are in the game? Oli, maybe.
Sure. There's a total of 12 floors in the game, in addition to the 4 bosses that we have. So there's technically 16 floors total. And that's throughout 4 biomes. Biome 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 1 biome per boss. So the boss is the last level of a biome. And then if you defeat the boss, you go to the next biome.
Okay. What are the 4 biomes? I'm asking questions.
You're asking a lot of questions. So
Yes.
we start with the upper crypts, which is where Marco is right now. Once you're through the upper crypts, you have the Grave General boss that a lot of people have seen on stream and in videos before.
Yeah.
Then you have the library biome. At the end of the library biome, you have the Crying Kings, which is a trio of Mummy Lord wizards that are there to just, bar your path and possibly give you some schooling.
Okay.
Then you have the Cavern biome, which looks a bit more natural. It is mainly natural caves between the layers of the worked levels, I guess you could say. And the boss there is our dragon Istrebek, which is one of the many pets of Tar-Baphon.
Oh.
And then we have the lower crypts that are right before Tar-Baphon himself.
Wow. So,
Yeah.
another question for you, Oli, I think. You talked about Tar-Baphon and you talked about other characters, but how do we integrate Pathfinder in this game, the story of Pathfinder in this game?
Okay. That's a kind of a broad question, so we'll start at the beginning. So Tar-Baphon is or was the main villain of the first edition of Pathfinder, but he's existed long before that. And we do tell that story through little bits of text that people can read in the game, and we have planned to further tell stories later down the line. And it explains that Tar-Baphon was basically immortal, was a human wizard that wanted to become immortal, doing very immoral things, and eventually was struck down and came back as a Lich. And as a Lich was even more evil and did even worse things. And since people could not destroy him because they didn't know how, they decided instead to imprison him in the basement of his tower of Gallowspire. And throughout time, the seals that were sealing the whole of Gallowspire weakened, and agents of the Whispering Tyrant, of Tar-Baphon, eventually found 2 of those seals, and they managed to dispel them. So where the game takes place is somewhere before first edition, and there's only 1 last seal standing, and Tar-Baphon could break out at any time. So the people of Lastwall, watching over the entire region, decided to send heroes in to keep Tar-Baphon and his forces in check for a while, so they have time to reseal Gallowspire.
Okay, cool. So that's also why we can't have the iconics in the game, because before they even been there, right?
Yes, most of them are not even born yet.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh yes, you're teleported.
Floor 3.
Yes, yes. Almost done with this biome. Getting close to the first boss. So
did
while
actually
you were
mini boss.
talking
Good job.
about the lore, I managed to kill a mini boss that gave me a better chest. I was unlucky enough to get a 4, so I didn't get that much loot from it, but yeah.
Aw, sorry.
It's okay, it's part of the game, you know.
So Marco, what are the enemies in that floor that are in front of you?
So right now we have on this biome, right? I think in front of me I have, is it a zombie, right?
There's a zombie next to a Grave Knight, yes.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. We saw ghosts earlier too. I'm not seeing any on this one yet, but
Yeah, there's skeletons and there's a few cultists as well.
Oh, there was one ghost here. As we can see through the game, it's going to be, it's beginning to be faster and faster. Maybe Oli, you can tell me about the fast pace of the game. A little bit.
Certainly. Okay. So we are a lot more lenient with the first biome. Things spawn increasingly faster, of course, but we're a lot more lenient with the first biome. We do want you to see some of the game. We do want you to get to the first boss. The biggest hurdle in the first biome is the mini boss, of course. And then when you get to floor 3, things start to speed up a little bit more, and you start getting some range enemies as well. You can see the imps throwing little green firebolts at you.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm looking at the chest. Ooh, legendary.
Oh,
And he got it.
Nice.
Nice. Cool. And when you go to additional biomes, things start spawning even faster. And not only do they spawn faster, they're also stronger. They have more health, they deal more damage. Some of them also move quicker. As you can see here, everything is pretty slow. A few of them a little bit faster. Vampires move faster than a zombie or a skeleton, for example. But again, Biome 1, very lenient. We do want people to experience the Great General, in the first few runs that they do. Once you get to Biome 2, we get a little bit meaner. Things are stronger, they hurt more, there's more range enemies, etc. You get to Biome 3, and now it starts feeling more like a bullet hell. There's a lot more different range enemies, and they can be a pain in the butt. And then once you get to Biome 4, gloves are off. You get some very powerful enemies, including Balors that are, you're gonna notice them. They're very easy to see on the screen, and you get now champion Brave Knights and strong enemies overall. The mini bosses also do become more treaded. Hopefully we get to see the mini boss of Biome 2. I'm counting it.
Yeah.
Should be good.
I'm sure you will do it.
That's a giant vampire spawn right there.
Yes. I'm struggling a bit more right now.
Yeah. I mean, if you're struggling, stand in your ice storm.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's high enough right now in damage, because I mostly get passive upgrades this game, so I'm a bit worried about my damage when I get to the boss.
Okay, well, fair enough.
We'll see, we'll
Well,
see.
there you go, more damage.
Yeah, it's happening. Let's get with this blue potion is basically bringing all the essence that I didn't get.
Yep.
Nice.
And
So-
while it's active on you, it increases your magnet radius as well.
Yes, so I'm pretty lucky to get one at the end of the floor. Because at the end of the floor you get a timer where you can still gather stuff that you left on the...
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Oh, the Great General!
don't get hit by the axe.
Whoa! What's this little purple line that he's throwing at us?
He's not throwing, it's an indication that he's about to charge.
Okay.
Basically, in the game, a general visual language that we have is everything purple is bad, because it all represents more or less negative energy. So, you know, in layman's term, evilness. In our case, anyways, negative energy is not always evil, but generally speaking, it tend to lean on the evil side of things.
Yeah.
So we just took it as, you know, the main color when we want to represent bad things.
Okay.
Of course, we do have, you know, a little bit more variation than that. With the Crying Kings especially, we have 3 different Crying Kings of 3 different colors. So they use colors specific to themselves. But we do try to stay away from using the same color as the exact same colors anyway as the players.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, your Ice Storm is doing work.
What's your strategy, Marco?
So right now I'm trying to dodge everything and kill everything. That's the plan, basically.
It's a good plan.
Are you doing tricks for the players?
Extra
to beat the
missile.
Great General?
Sorry, what?
I was wondering if you both have tricks for the players to beat the Great General.
I like movement speed a lot, so that's why I took a lot of fleet upgrade to allow me to dodge stuff easily. But you see, when I talked about damage, right now you can see why it's also important to have damage, because there are tons of enemies coming in during the phase, the ads phase.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a legendary one, but
Legendary. That's the first time you.
I mean, you're talking about damage. Quick focus is technically damage.
yeah, you're not. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But you have to stop moving if you want.
Yeah, exactly. Which is not
Yeah.
always possible.
Some quick tricks I can give is, as I tend to say always, the Grave General is really not fond of walls, so maybe introduce him.
Yeah, I'm trying to bait him.
Yeah.
Right there.
During the charge, the key thing to do is move. During the Necrotic Storm, those little lightning, the key thing usually is to not move. And during those fissure, just don't be on a fissure. And don't have your companions be on top of it as well, because they will die pretty.
Yeah, you just saw it. I lost him for a second. So when your companion goes down, you can revive him just by standing in his own, as you do for a chest, basically.
Yes.
Take notes, everyone, if you want to beat him.
Yeah, it is faster to get a companion back up than it is to open a chest, but the circle is also small.
I hope you like the game. If you do, the game is currently on sale for 20% off for a limited time, and it's only $6.99 USD. So if you can, if you want to get it, at the time, I think. And we want to hear your feedback.
Absolutely. And 20% off is pretty great for the release of a game. Ooh, epic chain lightning.
We did it.
Wow, nice,
Well,
Marco.
Don't forget. Oh no, you're full. Never mind. I was gonna say don't forget the potion, but you're full.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Ah.
That's not
I mean,
my.
Still 2 rares, but
yeah. It's still not bad, but yeah.
Grow better.
Marco, what's the farthest you went in the game?
I think it's Stravek, which is the third boss. So I didn't have didn't play the game as much as I would like, since I joined a bit late on the project. But and I tend to have a lot of problem with the next boss that we're gonna get on.
You'll do fine.
But yeah,
What
we'll see how
about
it
you,
goes.
I've put Tar-Baphon back in his place a few times. I've played a little bit on higher difficulties as well. I agree, Istravek is a challenge. On a wizard, if you get hit every 10 seconds, you're fine because of the shield. But on Istravek, it's actually really hard to only be hit once every 10 seconds, especially during the ad phase. We're not going to go too much into details unless, you know, E gets to it, because we don't want to spoil it too much for everyone.
Yeah.
And see, we have additional imps now. We have green imps and blue imps, and it is bullet fest right this moment because like 3 black spawned.
Yeah.
See, I'm still getting only passives right now. Let's go with full.
It's an extra projectile.
Yep.
It is what it is. Plus,
I know that you're a big fan of Pathfinder and your free time. You're even a GM in your free times, I think. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how it inspired you in the game?
Sure. I am actually running Abomination Vaults right now with my group of friends, which is, by the way, our Kickstarter, our successful Kickstarter, even.
Yeah.
Of course, this is Gallowspire instead. I've studied Gallowspire. I've never actually run it myself, but I've read the module. I've researched everything that I could about the module, about Tar-Baphon and stuff like that, which is where most of our bosses come from.
Yeah.
And I mean, in general, I was mainly a Pathfinder 1 fan, or Pathfinder 1 player for several years. Then, I tried other things. I also fell into video games a lot, and I've come back last year with Pathfinder 2nd Edition because I wanted to give it a try. I actually really like it. There's a few things I miss maybe from Pathfinder 1st Edition, but generally speaking, I do prefer Pathfinder 2nd Edition. It makes a bit more sense, it's a bit more streamlined, it requires less of a calculator next to you to be able to play. But I love all the choices you get to make. The customization is amazing. You can do so many things, and we tried the best that we could to bring some of that customization inside the game. Obviously, it can't go as deep because it is not the same kind of game.
Yeah.
This is still, a bullet hell / bullet heaven game. It is not a tabletop game, obviously. But we did try to translate the spirit of Pathfinder in general, using terms of Pathfinder 2nd Edition because that's what is current. Even though the module is technically more Pathfinder 1, it is technically pre-Pathfinder 1 even. But we are using the terms and mainly abilities and spells and etc. from Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Just so people, can connect our game with the current Pathfinder.
Oh, nice. Marco, you're not lucky those times.
No, I'm.
You had someone.
Yeah, I'm not super lucky right now, but it's okay. It's just stronger challenge.
Luck is a pendulum, right? It goes, comes back, goes, comes back.
Exactly.
And I see your and I understand. It is a human thing to do. I see you're getting often the rarest upgrade, but you've skipped on a common chain lightning upgrade like 3 times that gives you an additional jump.
Yep.
So those little details are important as well.
You're right. We often get baited by the rarity of the upgrades.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's okay. A legendary and epic is very fancy. It is very powerful. But always ask yourself the question, do I really want this?
Oli, I don't know if you can tell us about the particularity of that biome, the library.
The library has a much cleaner environment. So already that is something that is particular to it. It's a bit fancier with nice bookshelves and books everywhere and stuff like that.
Yeah. Dead people on the floor.
Yes, but less so than other biomes. That's why I say it's cleaner in general. Other than that, again, it is where we start to ramp up the difficulty. The second mini-boss can be more intimidating and rougher than the first one. Because the first one is intimidating until you realize what it is, and then pretty easy to kill once you can find them, right? Mm-hmm. The second one, harder to kill. It also hits harder. You don't want to give it a hug. Because it really loves to hug you, but it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Again, ramping up, there's, a new variation, so to speak, or it's new enemies, but it's simply stronger enemies of the enemies that that look different, but they have the same behavior. A good example here, it's the red one, we have classic vampires instead of vampire spawns. So
Okay.
they hit harder, they have more health, but they are mainly the same thing as vampire spawn as far as behavior is concerned.
Yeah.
And then there we have the second boss. We have our Abomination, which is just a giant flesh golem that just wants to pummel you.
Is this
Oh.
him?
Yeah, that is him indeed. Him, or it's probably more accurate to say it, because it is made of many parts of many people.
Oh, okay, I see. It looks
So,
like
you know.
Frankenstein.
And he like I said, he has a lot of health, and it cannot be slowed, it cannot be stopped. You just have to deal with it. And right now, Marco is doing a good job, but keep in mind that Marco is level 3. You could encounter Abomination when you're level 1, which would make it a lot harder.
I got it, Oli. I took the.
Thank you. Thank you. My brain is happy now.
Oh, Marco, have a 20. Oh, no.
Oh,
I swear to God, this is not my run, guys. I'm mostly only getting passives and stuff like that, but I'm gonna be
Yeah.
super fast and tough though.
Yeah. You're honestly, your dice roll remind me of when I play as a player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's.
I roll
I
pretty
feel
well
you.
as a dungeon master, but as a player, nope.
Oh, okay, you better keep your title of the game master.
That is a little bit better, but still not quite there.
That's cool.
I'm still getting just fast recovery and fleet, just passives.
For the people that have watched videos and streams of the game in the past, those people will realize that we've been a bit more lenient with the dice rolls. So it is a little bit easier to get more loot than it was in the past. Not a lot easier, but a little bit easier. Oh, legendary first slot. There you go. all you
Thanks
needed.
God it's on the first one.
That's all you needed.
That's nice. How many times can you re-roll the dice? Is it infinite or?
You cannot re-roll the dice. Currently, there's no mechanic to roll the dice. It is something we would like to add. I've been discussing adding something, and again, it is a discussion, so we're not promising we're going to have it, but if people think it's a good idea, please comment, right? Let us know. Let us know in the chat. Let us know in the Discord, on Steam.
Yeah.
But we've been discussing maybe adding a hero point mechanic to allow to re-roll those d20s.
Oh, that's nice.
Hero points, for those that play Pathfinder 2nd Edition, are aware that they're points that the game master will give you at the start of the night, and then throughout the night if you do heroic things or amazing things, or if you just make them laugh. Depends on the game master.
Legendary toughness, Marco.
9% more health.
I'm gonna be a tough mage.
Oh, wow.
Muscle mage is the best mage. But yeah, I mean, your wizard has 98 hit points, so that is pretty darn good. And of course, you have arguably the best ultimate of the three.
And yeah, you talked about Discord, and there's a lot of activity in our Discord, so if you guys don't want to miss anything about the game, I think it's the place to be, the Discord channel.
Of course. Ask questions. Rosa is there to answer. Francis, our marketing director, is usually there as well. I am there. And if you tag me directly, or if you just ask questions, I take a look usually a few times per day to see if questions have been answered, if there's any design questions. Also, Rosa, don't be shy. If you think it's a question for me, just tag me yourself.
Yeah, no problem.
And yeah, BKOM Olivier. Or Oliver, I can't remember if I put it in French or English.
I don't remember. Sorry. Okay, you're so good, Marco. You've been teleported to another floor.
Floor 6.
Last one before the second boss.
Yeah, as you guys can see here, we get some little wireframe art with a little bit of lore about, usually about Gallowspire. sometimes about specific things inside Gallowspire, and we want to add more there. So also we would like to know what everybody would like to read, what everybody would like to know. We have a few things cooking in the oven as well that we want to add. I can't speak too much on that yet, but I mean, please look forward to it.
Yeah, for sure. And I know we had a lot of comments about the companion, that it's pretty unique in our game, in a survivor game. So I don't know, Ali, if you can tell us maybe a little bit about the companion. Can he die? What are the features of the companion?
Okay. So last questions first.
Yeah.
Marco already showed us, because his father went down. That when the companion goes down, they go down on the floor. There's a small circle around them. You need to stand in the circle for a few seconds, and they come back up at full health.
Okay.
So you can use. Don't feel bad. You can use your companion, especially the fighter, as a human shield, because you can heal them back up, right? So it is part of the game. It is a game mechanic. You can use them sometimes to just power through things or block projectiles or stuff like that. Don't feel bad about it. We don't have, relationships in the game, so they won't hate you for it. But they're also a real class. They're a real character. So your companions is one of your two other characters. Once we have possibly maybe additional characters, you're going to have more choices for companions as well, right? And you get to level those up. Currently, right now, there's only two ways to level up your companion. You can either play that class yourself, or you can complete quest on that class.
Okay.
To do that, you simply have to go back to the main character selection page. You select the character you want, you go back to the quest, you claim the quest on that character, and it's going to give them the experience instead of the character that actually you were playing.
Okay.
Little trick for you guys. Yeah. So everyone can just play whatever they want. Of course, it is a bit faster to actually play a class. But otherwise, we're looking into possibly having companions earn a portion of the XP that the main character is earning, because we've gotten a lot of feedback on that. So we're looking into it, how we can implement that, how we can implement it to be fair, and for everybody to have fun while not being forced to play a class they don't want to play, because that's not what we want. So we are currently looking into that. When you level that class, so your companion has the majority of their talents, which unlocks additional class mechanics, as a companion as well. So a fighter that has shield block, for example, will still have shield block as a companion.
Okay, cool.
A wizard that has shield, the spell shield around them, the bubble, will also still have it as a companion. So it is important, especially for later difficulties, to also level up your companion. Otherwise, eventually they're going to become not useless per se, but they're going to really fall behind.
Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. So what are your favorite characters? Ali? I didn't ask you.
I mean, just probably like what Marco said. My favorite personally is the wizard, right? Because I like explodey, flashy things.
Yeah.
I do like the fighter a lot because I usually play a tank in online games. So I do like the tankiness of the fighter, and I do tend to go more like in-your-face fighter as well. So I tend to go for a tankier fighter than, a squishier one or a ranged one. I like a lot of the skills and the attacks of the fighter as well. Rogue, I mean, I don't dislike Rogue. It's just the gameplay of Rogue is not my typical gameplay style.
Yeah. Tell us what you think about the rogue.
Excuse me?
I asked everyone to tell us what they think about the rogue, if they like him. Because internally we don't have much people playing the rogue, as I saw.
Oh, actually, most of QA play Rogue.
Oh, okay. I didn't ask them yet. That's cool.
Yeah, our QA director is like Rogue. rogue. Of course, he's played everything, but he's by far a main rogue player, and it is his favorite class. So usually when I'm unsure about, is something feeling good, feeling bad on the rogue, I ask him. And,
nice. Okay.
Yeah. I count on him on all rogue feedback because I play the rogue the least personally. For me, it's wizard, fighter, rogue. For him, it's I think it's rogue, fighter, wizard.
Okay. So it depends.
It depends on the playstyle of everybody. Some people just like to, run laps around enemies and, just kill them one at a time. Personally, I like to stand still and explode everything.
I like that too. Also, Marco, you're with the Crying King,
Yes.
the second boss.
Yeah. The red one is already down. That went pretty quick.
Nice.
Now it's the green. Yeah, it's the last phase that is weird.
Yeah.
Not the first ones. 1v1s are easy. It's the 3v1 that is unfair. Like we're about to see. He does have his time stop. There's a few potions on the ground. So maybe he got this. He's level 3. Come on, man. You can do it. I believe in you.
Come on, Marco. Let's go.
I believe you. But you're on the wrong side of the world to get your potions.
Oh.
There you go.
So
Don't get it yet. Don't get it yet. You don't need it yet.
the tree.
Oh! I got too close. My bad.
They
Well,
represent.
that's because you're a wizard, right? You have
Yeah.
telekinesis.
They represent 3 elements, right?
Yes. Three different types of damage. And yeah, I believe they're all elements. I think acid is an element as well. So the red one is fire, the green one is acid, and the blue one is
Frost.
cold. Yeah.
Nice. Go, Marco.
And the blue mist you see on the ground is the effect of the blue one, so it slows you no matter where you are.
Okay.
The green one leaves those little green puddles with his acid ball, as long as he's alive. Once they're alive, those effects disappear. The red one throws fireballs and leaves a little patch of fire on the ground that you need to not be near, otherwise you will cook. And yeah, right now you're just getting pummeled by everything.
Yep.
But hey, you have the blue one is almost down. Come on.
Come on.
It is hard to focus anything because you don't control exactly who you attack. The only way you can kind of decide is, which one you're closest to. There we go. So blue one is down, green one is pretty low, red one is pretty low.
That's why I wanted chain lightning, because especially during phase 1 where they don't move that much, they just wait and teleport on you. You can see that most of my ice storm and falling stars are not as effective as the chain lightning and the force barrage. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Force barrage is meant to kill single targets.
Yep. Let's go
While
with
the
Force
rest of
Barrage.
the wizard's kit is an AoE, force barrage is their single target thing.
Oh, will you be left?
I swear to God.
Hey, we want the
That's
20
painful.
before the end of the game, Marco.
Say what?
Get us a 20 before the end of the game.
I'm trying my best.
Yeah, with this run, I don't know what you did during the weekend, Marco, but
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
you won
don't know.
before Marco.
So we are now in the third biome.
that's correct. Oh yeah, here you start seeing a different kind of exploding flaming skulls.
Nice.
Or
The
maybe it's not that floor.
you can see the little dots are purple.
Yes. So once you get to biome 2, the essences become blue. Once you get to biome 3, they become purple, and once you get to biome 4, they become golden orange. That is simply to show that they're more powerful essences because they're from more powerful enemies, and they also grant you more experience.
Nice.
So
what are
the pacing remains more or less similar.
okay. What are the enemies in that biome? the different ones that we didn't.
What is different? We have different types of ghost types, I believe. What do we have? Are those specters? It might be specters at this point. Or they're wraiths. They're either wraiths or specters. You get armored vampires, like we see right there. That's an armored vampire. So they have armor, while a classic vampire has barely any protection. Those have a lot of damage reduction. You get to see greater shadows. You get to see, I believe, whites should be there as well. You get to see Dread Grave Knights instead of Grave Knights.
Okay.
There's also red imps that throws you little red fireballs or firebolts instead.
Yep.
Ooh. What do you want? Damage?
I need damage now.
Well, you got lucky and got double chest, so.
Yep.
Yes, that's good.
And a 17.
Oh, my
Nice. Why can't you roll that on a boss chest?
I don't know. On boss chest, I basically only rolled 3 and 4.
Oh, I think I just saw your problem. Is if you have a rare in a chest, you're not allowed to get it.
That's a special thing just for me.
That is a special thing.
So, Marco, we've seen you go everywhere in those biomes. Is there a limit to biome? Is the biome infinite, or is there some limit? And maybe Ali, you can tell me about that.
Are you asking Marco or me?
Ali, Ali, if you can.
Marcoli? Okay.
Marcoli, yeah.
So the floors are not exactly infinite. They're very, very, very big. Especially considering that everything is coming at you, it makes it harder to navigate. But they're not infinite. You will find the borders of those floors eventually, but they're very large, and because they are generated, right? It's not always the same thing. Whenever you go to the same floor, it's never going to be, or hardly ever going to be the same floor twice.
Yeah.
So layouts might be somewhat similar, but they will hardly ever be the same.
Yeah. Okay, I understand. Cool.
And keep in mind that when you have that 30-second timer, you always know where the next chest is. You can find those chests. While you're inside the chest circle, the timer stops to allow you to actually open it.
Oh, nice.
So if you left behind a lot of essence orbs, nice, almost 20, almost. But again, there was no rare. That's why. So you can hunt for chests for the whole 30 seconds. You can hunt for essences. You can hunt for potions if you're low health. You know, potions stay there until picked up. Essences do disappear after a little bit, but you know, you still have some time to catch them, and if you're lucky, you're gonna have, like Marco said earlier, a blue potion available that will pull all of those to you before you run out of time.
And do the enemies disappear in that time?
The enemies disappear when you reach your target enemy's slain.
Okay.
So when you reach the objective and a portal appears, the enemies disappear. Sometimes there can be a few leftover of summoned enemies. Just take it as, you know, the possibility of extra loot. But yeah, enemies stop spawning, and enemies that have been there will disappear. They will not give you any loot. They will not give you any experience. And it's time to just move on to the next. We are looking into ways to make exploring the floors and progression a bit more dynamic, but again, it's simply a discussion right now. I can't say more about the subject.
Oh, everyone, I think I didn't present myself. So I'm going to do it right now. I'm Rosalie, Communications Coordinator at BKOM. So it's been a pleasure to see your feedback about the games, to do the social medias of the game. So yeah, it's been a cool ride.
2 in a row. Also, we have the third boss on screen right now, that giant red skeleton there.
Nice.
is Corpsefire, a little homage to another game from quite a while ago at this point. People may or may not recognize the name.
What's it called? Can you tell me again?
Corpsefire.
Corpsefire. Okay.
Yeah. People might, like I said, people might recognize the name. People might not. If you do, please, leave us a comment on it. Do you appreciate the wink to that game if you recognize the game? And what he does is spawn exploding skeletons that come to explode themselves on you. Those guys that are smaller version of himself or itself. It's a skeleton, so itself. And you also get some flaming skulls, so it is explosion central right now.
So you're doing so great.
Yeah, you're doing pretty well.
I'm trying.
You might have a chance against the dragon.
We'll see.
Indeed, we will.
Is it in the next floor? The dragon?
No.
No, there's another floor after that,
Oh, okay.
and then it's going to be the dragon.
Okay.
Yeah, the current way we have it is every even floor, so floor 2, and then floor 4, and then floor 8. Wait, no, floor 5, sorry. So it's not even every even floor. Every middle floor of a biome has a mini-boss. We are working to add more mini-bosses, because it is something people have been very positive about.
Mm-hmm.
So again, please look forward to that in the future. Have a Lich right there. So again, more variety of enemies. Lich or Liches starts appearing in Biome 3. And those are range enemies, they throw you projectiles, and they also summon things.
Mm-hmm.
And that is something that becomes a lot more common the deeper you go, things that summon other things. So you have necromancers that summon skeletons, you have liches that summon grave knights, and later down the line you're gonna have succubi and incubi, and then you're gonna have the matriarch and the patriarch version that summons, lesser succubi and incubi, and then the summon is the battle that summons a bunch of nymphs. Oh, you got it.
Yeah, close one.
Nice.
Oh, I'm gonna fix your camera, Rosalie. There you go.
Thank you. It's a nice. Okay.
That's okay.
It's in the middle of the pack. So it's 60%, right? More or less. Actually, no, it's 55. Yeah. I said more or less.
So there's a little of a storytelling in between the floors.
Yes, like I said, we've tried to pack lore about Gallowspire itself, about the inhabitants of Gallowspire, especially Tar-Baphon, and then we also give some information about the Pathfinder world in general. The one we just zoomed through was information basically about liches, that even when you kill a lich, it's not destroyed, right?
Oh.
When you kill a lich, the body they were in is destroyed, and their essence, their soul, goes back into their phylactery, and then they can reform several days after.
Oh.
And one of the greatest mystery of Pathfinder is no one knows exactly where the phylactery of Tar-Baphon is. So that's why no one has been able to destroy him, because they don't know where his phylactery is.
Are we going to see that in the game?
No, we're not. That is a well-kept secret on Paizo's side. It's going to be on them if and when they ever want to reveal where, what, who, whatever it is, right? So in our case, it's simply, we defeat Tar-Baphon, and then Tar-Baphon comes back. But it takes a while, for Tar-Baphon to come back. And also, he's never at full strength, especially if we keep defeating him. I would say, our mythic difficulty, which is the 5th difficulty and last difficulty of the game, probably feels a little bit more like a powerful Tar-Baphon. but it is still only a fraction, of his powers because he doesn't use his whole arsenal. Otherwise, the game would not be very fun.
Yeah. And we have such an amazing partnership with Paizo. They let us do a lot of creativity in the game, and they've been amazing with us since the beginning of the project. It's been so fun working with them. Thank you for letting us that opportunity.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Paizo.
Absolutely, thank you. We took a lot of little artistic liberties with the likeness of several enemies. I mean, some of them are a lot closer to the tabletop, while others, are a bit more of our creative side. The Grave General is an invention from us. So the Grave General is not mentioned anywhere in Gallowspire or anything like that. It's simply mentioned that he has a lot of unnamed generals and unnamed concubines. So that was one we decided to do ourselves. The Crying Kings, Ishtrevek, and of course Tar-Baphon himself, exist in Gallowspire. They're actually named, right? But yeah, the Grave General was an invention of our own, and apparently a very popular one as well. I've gotten comments that some people would love to stat him in 2nd edition. I personally would love to do it as well, so I'm very happy about that. And who knows, maybe some people will share with us and with the community a stat block for the Grave General in the 2nd edition.
Yeah, tell us. I think we have a few minutes left, maybe 3 or 4 minutes.
Well,
we're on Istravik right now.
It's Istravek time.
Yeah.
We're gonna see if Marco is, a fully grown wizard.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see if you earned that beard.
I just want to remember you about the early access. So the price for the game is $6.99 USD, and you can have a 20% discount now for a limited time only. So it's the time to get it. And if you're a fan of Bullet Hell Survivor games, we have a bundle for that with a game, Soulstone Survivors, and 20 minutes till down, and it gives you a 10% additional discount. So that's a pretty amazing deal. So
It is. It really is. And yeah, everyone will be mesmerized by. Ooh, nice freestyle. Okay, phase 2. And let's see if you survive this one.
Fingers crossed.
Again, level 3, you should be good. You should be good. Just don't stand in the puddles.
Oh, that's the boss. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you can see, we have a top view on this boss. It's different from the rest of.
Yeah. It's a big dragon.
Okay, you got lucky. You got a potion. Istravek is very finicky. Sometimes potions drop, sometimes don't. But in this case, you were really lucky. You got 4. Maybe even a 5th one. Nope, no 5th one. So that's the health you have for the rest of the fight.
Yep.
Enjoy.
Oh no!
No. Okay, phew.
So you cannot have any more health.
Only the health regen that he has already.
Okay.
Which is still a lot, but maybe not enough. We'll see.
Also, I mean, again, you're doing pretty good. That shield is saving your life.
Yeah.
The stallion is a must on the wizard. Oh
It's a
man.
nice finish to the stream.
Oh, freeze time is so far away.
Yeah, you can forget freeze time.
Let's go, Marco. Oh, take toughness. No.
Yep.
Oh, you got it. You got it. There you go.
Yes.
Yay!
Let's see if I have a good roll on this chest.
Now do it again at level 1.
Ah, nice.
Oh.
Ooh, okay.
Almost
Not
20.
ready for that game, but that's okay, Marco. Maybe next time.
Good job, Marco. I'm proud of you.
Thank
Good job.
you.
So I think it's the end of our stream. So let us know your feedback about the game. It's the time to comment. Let us your feedback. Yeah, and hope you like the game.
I hope you love it. I hope you love it as much as we do. We've put a lot of love, passion, time, sweat, probably some
Yeah.
tears, maybe blood. I don't know. Inside the game, inside the production of the game, we've been
Yeah.
hard at work for a good while, since the beginning of the year on this, and it is. I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud of what we have. I think we have a really fun game. I personally enjoy playing it. Of course, I might be biased a little bit, but I still think we have a wonderful, beautiful game. We have an amazing soundtrack as well.
Yeah. It's available now on Steam, so go get it.
Yes, and enjoy. And yeah, but just know that this game has been done by fans of Pathfinder, fans of the Survivors type of game. We also listen to the feedback, and we try to apply what we can apply on the game. And we're super excited to hear your feedback, and we hope you enjoy the game as much as we do, as Rosa and Ellie said. And I hope you enjoy the quick showdown of the game.
Yeah.
You did well, Marco. You did well.
Thank you.
Have a great day, everyone.
Bye bye. Have a nice day.
Have a great day. Enjoy the game.
Enjoy the game. Bye.